Oh, well, good afternoon. 3 o'clock. Or about 2:45, I suppose. Anyways, 300 acres peas has been swathed, and it's turning really fast. So mother, she went out west to see if there was if we should run right out there and cut that 120 acres as well, which we probably will. But we wanted to first get these bins in place. So these two 10,000s we just built, and then put them on the floors, and they were just sitting here for like a week or 2 or 3, I can't remember. Summer went by so fast, and we hadn't had them in place yet. So I also had to use Gus to move them because they're quite heavy, especially with that floor on them, and they actually lift the back end of this tractor up off the ground just enough that it's not very maneuverable. So anyways, we elected to use Gus to try to position them in there. You can hear Dad around there. He's just tamping some gravel under. We had our plate compactor, pretty much wore that thing out already, smacking the gravel down. And then it's quite hard to level things with like with this wheeled, like a wheeled tractor, because the minute the wheel goes down into something, then your blade goes down and it digs. And anyways, but we got it. So these are the first 2 we put on steel floors. I'm not 100% sure if I'd do that again. I would probably just, depending on lumber prices, I would go right back to wood. All these other 6 bins are on wood. These 2 are the only ones on steel. Or we were even talking now, I don't know, depending on markets and things like that, it might be better just to build say a 30,000 bushel bin, just for the barley. Sort of forget about the malt market altogether, because that's kind of dropped off again. Maybe just switch over to a feed variety or something, and then you don't have to really worry about quality. That's one of the reasons why we kind of go this route of building a bunch of bins instead of just 3 really big ones. I get it, the guys in the States that are growing 300 bushel corn, yeah, that's I don't even know how corn's graded. If there's like a, for instance, wheat, you have your 1, 2, your 3, and then your feed, and then of course there's different sub grades between protein and things like that. So we find here, for instance, if we're to go out now and say we could combine some oats, and then we get a rain for 2 days, we go from pony oats to feed oats, just over half inch of rain. Same with wheat, same with barley and stuff like that. So we try to build sort of what we can manage in a day, and on our farm it's about 10,000 bushels. If it has to be, if it's in really good combining conditions, you can usually get 10,000 bushels off, no problem. And if it's in not good combining conditions, tough grain, flat crops, whatever, then we struggle around to get that 10,000 bushels a day. So that's why we kind of go between 8 and 12,000 bushel bins, whatever there. Of course, all these little ones that we have kept over time, that's just the evolution of farming, right? Dad started off with wooden bins, and then he got some of those 1,500 bushel butlers, and then we spent some good years there where we had 50-foot quick bins, just steel rings, dumped it right on the ground. And then we were, as times got a little better, he bought some 2750s, and then I was actually looking at the doors. I think 2016 we started building some. So some of these are 2016, some are 2018s. These ones here are 2021s, although we just built them this year, so obviously they were sitting in someone's yard. But yeah, that's kind of how bin storage goes, or storage goes on our farm. Bin creation. I do see lots of the YouTube guys in the States. It's just craziness. They got their like 190,000 bushel systems between like 4 bins, right? And they're just smoking in like 270 bushel corn. That would be incredible. Realistically, and an average bushel per acre up in our neck of the woods is gonna probably be around that like 70 on a good year, right? Your wheats and things are gonna run between 50 and 90. Your barley should run between 50 and 100. That's for decent varieties. Feed varieties, you can even be higher. Oats should be around 100, 150. But then you get into your canolas and your peas and things like that, and oftentimes you're looking at 50 as a max. So bringing your whole on-farm average to like, I don't know, 50 to 70 bushels, something like that. Anyways, I'm gonna get over there and help them out. We got to climb up there. That was one thing that was unfortunate. They sent these packages out of Lethbridge, shipped them up here. And we thought there was everything there. So when we were building them, life was good, got the roof done, and then the top ring done. And we went to mount the ladder. And yeah, the box that was supposed to have the ladder in it only had like the cage that goes around the really, really big bins, a safety cage. So we didn't even get a ladder on either of the bins. Now, fortunately for us, we have that telehandler with a man basket, so they can just lift me up. And then they do have remote openers, so you don't have to climb them that often. But it would have been nice to have a ladder. The ladders are here now. It's just extremely difficult now. You're supposed to install it as you build it. So now what we're gonna have to do is like fill it up with grain and then take a load out and climb in there and put that section of ladder on. Take another load out, climb in there until we get low enough that we can safely climb up a ladder and not risk falling to our death. Get the pipe, sweetie. Bring it over here. No, bring it over. We got to put it back away. Bring a pipe. Bring the pipe with you. Pick it up. Pick it up. So me and Buddy, we're out now. We're doing cowboy stuff. We stole Papa's baler, stole the father-in-law's baler. He brought it over this morning, I guess. And yeah, we're not really sure what we're doing. Had to make a couple phone calls. Certainly never ran a baler this new before. And up until today, I've only ever ran a baler once. And that was like 2 years ago when I made 4 or 5 bales, and I thought I had my fill of it. But we got this 7-8 acres down here. So that's number 2 bale right there. Pretty proud of that. Number 1 is on the other side of the trees over there. Doesn't look very good. He does have a moisture thing in here. It says 11 now, but it said like 25, and then it said 29 once. So I don't think that's the best, but I also don't know. So we're just gonna run it. I think we're probably gonna get about 7 bales here.
And I think there was a bicycle in the lake.
And we're pretty sure there's a bicycle in the dugout over here. Okay, well, Buddy, he ran down to see what that shrapnel down in the bottom of this dugout is, and I'm observing my work here. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I think there's 9 bales here. I don't know anything about bales. I don't know how much bales. I don't know what size of a baler this is, but we didn't do the outside 2 rounds except for over here because that's traditionally a wet spot. And why we actually put this to grass, because it was, what's up, buddy? Yikes, come back up. Because it was always too wet. It was always too wet to seed here. So we'd always come back. You know, this would be, say, barley or canola or oat or wheat, and we'd come back later in like the 3rd of June and seed it to oats or something. And then it would drown out or whatever. Anyway, so we thought, whatever, we'll just put it to grass. I don't have much hope for these bales. I think they might be fairly tough. I don't know. We just swathed them with a 35-foot swather and then let them sit for 5-6 days or whatever it was here. So it will be what it will be. We don't it's not like we have 100 or 200 or 500 of these things. We're gonna have like 12. So anyways, it is what it is. Me and Buddy, we're heading back for supper. As always, thanks for watching. We will see you all on the next one. Good job, bud. So that's how us big time operators, that's how we handle our hay bales. We got one more load to get.